In this video, I will be silently installing GIMP. I will also use psexec to execute the installation as a system account. And if you want more details about that, you can watch my video that I have here. But long story short, I just want to make sure that the installation is successful no matter what user I'm using to deploy it. And as you can see, I'm starting this video from my GitHub page, and I will leave the URL for this page and in the description down below. So now I will start this video by downloading GIMP, and I will use the URL that I have here. And as you can see, it brings us to the download page for GIMP. I will click on this orange button right here, and it should start the download for us. Now I will go to my downloads folder, and it should be done in a second. Also, I will be installing this software in a virtual machine, so I will right click on the executable, copy it, and then go to my VMware workstation, where I have prepared a virtual machine for it. I will paste in the file here. As you can see, in this folder, I also have the executable for psexec. So the next step for us is to open a command line. I will click on start, type cmd, and run it as administrator. Click yes. And the first step that we want to perform is to change the directory in our command line to the location where we have our files. So for that, I will click here and copy the location. Type cd in my command line, paste in the location, and click enter. And if I type there, I can see my files here. And for the next step, we want to launch another command line, but this time we want to launch it under the system account. So for that, I will type the executable name for psexec. It's psexec.exe, then -i for interactive and -s for system account, and then cmd. I will agree with the license terms. And now we have another command line window. And here, if I type who am I, it is saying that I'm anti-authority system. Basically, that means that everything I'm doing in this command line, I am doing as a system account. So we want to change the directory once more to the location where we have our files. So I will type cd and paste in the directory and click enter. If I do there, I see the same files. And for the next step, we need to launch the installation. And for that, I will go back to my GitHub page. And as you can see, I have the command that I will be using for this video to install GIMP silently. Also, I'm using cmdc, but this is not necessary. I'm just using it as an indicator to see when the installation is done. Also, if you're wondering about the switches or the parameters that I'm using to install it silently, you can click on this link right here. That brings us to Inner Setup help page, where it explains all the parameters that I'm using and many more. So I will go back, I will copy this command, go back to my virtual machine, paste in the command, click enter, and now let's wait for the installation to finish. And it seems that the installation is done. So now if I go to start, all programs, scroll down a bit, I can click on GIMP, and it seems to be working just fine. And that's it for this video. In the future videos, I will show you how to deploy GIMP using group policy and other deployment tools. So like and subscribe if you want to see that, and see you in the next one.